4 years after the original was released, God's Not Dead, A Light in Darkness is about to hit theaters, and as always with the new movies, our own film critic Jim Ferguson caught up with some of the stars. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we have three of them that we're going to talk to in just a minute. Ted McGinley. He plays a administrator on a college campus, and along with a lady we haven't seen in a long time, Tatum.
Yeah, she's back.
She's back, and it was so good to see her too. Well, they play college administrators that are trying to get rid of this old church on campus, and along with, I say it's a strange trio because we have Shane Harper.
Shane Harper.
Shane Harper.
Yeah, Sean,
we got three of them too. Anyhow, he's part of the church, so it doesn't blend that well.
That's
but
okay.
They're interesting, and these kinds of movies at Easter time, how can you beat it?
You can't beat it.
No,
I want to watch this interview. It was a good interview.
Okay. Would you all agree with me, a question for all of you, that the title, when it comes to being relevant today, A Light in the Darkness, certainly relevant. Would you agree?
Yes. Yeah. I think that it would be, if all of us saw the light in the darkness a little bit more, we would be a little less angry and a little less partisan, feels like.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
I think only light can drive out darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
In the words of Martin Luther King, and I think that holds true in this movie.
And Oprah also does say that, by the way.
Oprah says that a lot.
She does. She's saying, "Stay with the light."
Reverend King. Stay with the light.
Exactly.
She does. That is stay with the light.
Yeah, she did.
Stay with the light.
Recently.
Yeah. You, both your characters, you're university administrators, right?
Yes.
And I think the debate here was, what does this little church, St. James, on the campus represent all the students?
Right.
And I think that's prevalent in a lot of universities around the country that started in the 1800s as church schools,
Right.
like Northwestern, and became state schools. And I think that's happens today.
Yes, it's exactly it. That is the story. You nailed it. That, this was a school that was there a long time ago. The church was a major part of it starting, and then all of a sudden it began to change. And now, does the church represent all the people in the university? Yeah. And is the university taking public funds? Yes. So now what is the job of the school in relation to the church? And that's sort of the conundrum.
And Shane, your character, of course, was in the first film.
Yeah.
And your character goes away to college, right? Or goes away for law school?
Law school,
yeah.
He wants to be,
and I think it's a reversal. I kind of, as a former teacher myself, this was my student coming back teaching me, know? And that's how you were with Reverend Dave.
Yeah.
Was the dialogue was so important between the two of you. Do you know what I'm saying? Help me. Yeah.
No, it was. I think that was. I think when our director approached me originally about this, he was like, "Hey, I think it's interesting of the idea coming back because, the apprenticeship that Josh took from Dave in the first movie was a huge. I mean, that scene in the church when he goes, what are you gonna, this might be the only chance these kids are gonna hear about God, so maybe you should say something and stand up for your faith in this classroom." That was kind of the crux of that whole story, was him deciding to do that from the guidance that Dave gave him. And our director had kind of come to me and said, "I think it'd be really cool if those roles were reversed just a little bit, because what Dave's going through is really how do I want to be for the people and for kids your age, and I don't know how to, I feel like I need to fight for this. How do I represent God's heart well? What does your generation see when they look at me?" And so the dialogue was really important between Josh and Dave. And, obviously it's up and down, but it was fun to play those scenes. It was really fun for me because there's some callbacks to the first movie, and I
enjoyed your performance. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Passionate about his role.
Yeah, Alex, God's Not Dead, A Light in Darkness, a perfect Easter Passover movie, isn't it?
It is, and Friday we'll have two more stars.
Friday we have the two major stars, David Wright and John Corbett, who they play brothers.
Wonderful job. Well, thank you, Jim. We look forward to that. Thanks as always for joining us. And for more even celebrity interviews, watch them on our website. Just log on to TucsonMorningBlend.com, search for Hollywood Happenings.